Hey Clayton, can I have a piece of gum?
Yeah, sure. I got a piece.
Clayton, that's your phone.
Hello, my name's Clayton Schrock, and welcome back to another out-of-this-world episode of 300 Seconds of Science. Now, I don't want to beat around the bush too much with this episode topic, so let me make a long story short. Today, I'll be talking about idioms.
Clayton, India.
What's that? I'm talking about indium, not idioms. I guess whoever wrote this script really botched up. Alright, no more idioms. Let's talk about indium. Indium is element number 49 on the periodic table. It has an atomic mass of 114.8. It was first discovered in 1863 by Ferdinand Reich and Hieronymus Richter, and is one of the least abundant minerals on Earth. Indium's name comes from the Latin word indicium, meaning violet or indigo. Indium is a noble element, meaning that it's unreactive. So, you could leave it outside for a long time and nothing will happen to it. Unlike how if you leave copper out, it'll turn green. Indium is one of my favorite elements, and not because of the color, but because of the strange properties it has. You see, indium's natural state at 20 degrees Celsius, that's 68 degrees Fahrenheit, is a solid, meaning that indium is a metal. Alright, nothing strange yet. Let's keep going. Its melting point is at 156.60 degrees Celsius, or 313.88 degrees Fahrenheit, which is extremely low. In comparison, iron melts at around 1,510 degrees Celsius. That's 2,750 degrees Fahrenheit. Now that's pretty cool. But what else is it about indium that's so fascinating? Indium is a very soft metal. So soft, in fact, that if you had an ingot or a small piece of it, you could easily write on it using your fingernail. You could even take a bite out of it. That's right, you could bite into a piece of metal and chew it like a piece of wax or soft plastic. The metal is also non-toxic, which means it's okay to chew on like gum, although I wouldn't recommend it. Another amazing fact about indium is that it's great for welding, and not just because of the low melting point. If you had two pieces of indium and pushed them together hard enough, they would weld together. There is also something called the indium cry. When you bend a piece of indium, you can hear a slight crackling noise. This is from the crystals inside the metal breaking and rubbing together. You can get a similar effect from a metal like tin. One last interesting fact is that if you touch indium and gallium together, it will form an alloy with an extremely low melting point and will melt just from the friction of the two metals touching together. Now, some of you may be thinking, Clayton, it's just an element on the periodic table. Sure, you can bite into it like a piece of gum and it makes a cool crackling noise, but what does it really matter? What does it have to do with me? And to that I say, more than you think. More likely than not, right now, you are using indium. You're probably watching me through indium right now. Indium is all around you. It's probably in your pocket. Indium is one of the key ingredients in LCD screens and solar panels. Now, before you go around and start chewing on your smartphone, let me tell you why and how it's used. Indium tin oxide, which comes from indium, is a semiconductor that can be used in thin layers on touchscreens and other LCD screens. The reason indium tin oxide works so perfectly for these screens is because it's highly conductive, wets or bonds to glass extremely well, and is highly transparent in thin layers. These are all great qualities for things like touchscreens because they can monitor the electrical state as you touch the screen. It's unbelievable how useful it is. Because indium has so many uses and the popularity of LCD screens has gone and will continue to go up, the price of indium has skyrocketed. Indium is such a weird metal that is never really talked about that much, even though it plays such a huge role in our modern society. We look at it and use it every day, some of us every hour, and the demand for it is only rising. Well, it's time I call it a day. My name's Clayton Schrock, and that was 300 Seconds of Science. I hope you enjoyed this episode and that you learned a lot about indium and idioms. Be sure to watch our past episodes and look out for our future ones on YouTube at ZTV 300 Seconds of Science. You can also like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and give us a heart on Instagram. While you're there, be sure to tell us what you thought about this episode and suggest any science topics for future ones. As always, be sure to go out, enjoy life, and stay curious.
This program was produced by ZTV at the University of Akron. To find out how you can make Emmy-winning media, visit the UA School of Communication online. ZTV. Make media. Make a difference.